You need anything?
Welcome to
Something from the
another
store?
episode of Bucket City. We got my main man Breland in the building. See, we diversified in Bucket City. We got everybody. And we got uh, this guy who's been replaced and kicked off the show soon. So y'all don't get used to no space.
Man, listen, it's 90 in the city. You can't replace greatness, man. Keep going.
Yeah, mid.
Just
Hey,
like Russell
Breland,
Westbrook's career.
it's like the Knicks organization. Hey, Breland, what's the top 5 best basketball players ever? No accolades.
Uh, Braun, Jordan, uh, KD, Kobe,
You're fucking
and
disgusting. KD?
as a basketball player, yeah, I think he's up there. And
One more.
I don't know, cause I'm more of a guard guy, but like just you could throw Hakeem, Steph.
Yo, what
I'll throw.
happened to Kareem?
Yo, this is his list.
I said better Hakeem and Shaq are better, but I'll say Hakeem. I said better Hakeem and Shaq are better.
Mm. Rel, what's your list? I don't know what he doing. But I'm going Wilt, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe. Mm, uh, I'll go Hakeem.
That niggas is crazy. Give me, give me Jordan. Give me Jordan, Braun, Kareem, Jordan, Braun, Kareem, Magic, Tim.
See, I was thinking about Magic, but I didn't want to get flamed for it.
Now you put Magic.
Talented. You talking about basically anything that you can name about LeBron, you can name about Magic. Probably not the physical dominance and without the jump shot, bro. Like that's
Yeah, that's
really
what I'm
really it,
saying.
bro.
See, and that's where I was thinking like it's hard because Magic, like if we just put it like that, then I'd probably put Magic over KD because of just what he does on the basketball court more than KD and his impact on everything he does. So I don't know though. So I'll probably switch Magic for KD, but
You picked
I
a
don't know. I
belligerent.
think KD when it comes I just think when it comes to basketball, as a basketball player, there's not many basketball players better than Kevin Durant. But that's just me.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of players you could say. And I might
That's
put
true.
Moses Malone in there. I might jo- mm, I might put George Gervin over KD. Yo, Optimus. We can't hear you, Optimus.
He's lagging out.
Yeah, that's Optimus Prime over there. Anyways.
See, the reason why I say KD because I mean I know there's a lot of people. I just think
Mm-hmm.
when he's in his prime, there's nothing on the basketball court he couldn't do at a elite to good level. Because when he was on the Warriors, in my opinion, he was a good defender. He's putting up 2 blocks a game. He wasn't really getting cooked like that. And we know what he is offensively. I mean, he's arguably the greatest scorer ever. And I think his playmaking drastically improved in Golden State because of the system he was in. Um, I mean, he can rebound the ball too. He's a 50, 40, 90 threat. And yeah, I mean, so I think when it comes to that, there's not many basketball players than him. But that's how I kind of look at it.
Yeah, if you throw out the accolades, now you're just talking basically skill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think KD's up there.
I think Allen Iverson might be more skilled.
Then who?
Kevin Durant.
What makes you say that?
Skill list, we talking about dribbling, scoring. What are you talking about? You talking about dribbling, scoring? AI got him beating dribbling. I think AI got him on scoring. What are we talking about? Probably moves. I think AI got the better moves. He might have better post moves, but I just think AI has the better moves in general. Like, who do
I
you
mean,
think will get by? Who do you think will get by a defender like first or faster? I think AI would.
yeah, but I
I
also
think
think that's
AI.
more of a game than KD because like, but I understand with AI because like, for pound of like a player for his size and what he was doing in his era, and like he said, I mean the dribbling, all the stuff that takes skill or is a skill in basketball, AI's right there. But I don't know if I could get behind AI being a better scorer than KD. I don't know if I can get behind that. The production, the
How many?
efficiency, the
I think
bags.
that's what has AI beat the efficiency. If AI was honestly efficient, bro, I think people would talk about him in a better light.
Yeah, but I feel like
That's my only thing.
yeah, I do get that. It's just like I think why, but it's also what I feel like I cut him a little slack for. Is I'm not saying he's efficient, but for the teams that he was on and the shots he had to take in order to get his team to that point, I mean, he's not going to be a 50 from the field type of guy. But I mean, KD will get 30 off of taking like 20 shots or 15 shots, like as a scorer. So I think that I read a stat where there was not only like 1 or 2 seasons where he took over 20 shots a game, and he's still a
No,
career
no, I think
27 point.
KD. One thing I could say about KD, he could get it done with less shots. I'll just say that in a fact. KD
Yeah,
will give you 30. He'll give you 30 and like 19 shots or some shit like that.
Those are facts. I think when it comes to KD's is efficient, so he get more points on less shots.
yeah. And I look at that. I look at that as like for my scoring criteria is that's important. You know, if you can get a lot of points and less shots, and I'll take you over the high volume shooter.
Yeah, because AI for him to get 30 is gonna take him 29 shots. Or on a bad day, it's gonna take him 44. You understand what I'm saying? I do get the efficiency thing. I do get it.
Yeah, I do like the Tim Duncan in there. I think that's a sleeper for being just the best when you
Tim
strip
Duncan. Well,
accolades.
so the reason I have Tim Duncan in there is because when you just want to learn the game of basketball, just fundamental. Because even the thing about it, and I'm not trying to. All right, bringing race into it. Honestly, me living in like urban neighborhoods, when you go out to parks, bro, and you play some of these white guys, cause you hezzy, tween, doing all of that, bro. These guys are not doing all of that moves, but they team is winning, bro. I done went to basketball courts where I thought me and my friend we gonna beat these three guys that they not tweening, they taking regular Bob Cousy layups, and them niggas
Yeah,
wiped us off the floor, bro. Cause fundamental, literally just having a fundamental sound of the game, bro, it just makes you better on the court.
that's a fact. I agree, and that's why I also like say Hakeem. Like Hakeem is top 10 in 4 major statistical categories, and like as a big, he's the most skilled big man we've ever seen. He's arguably the greatest two-way player you'll ever see. I mean, the best
And I
footwork
think
from a
his
big.
footwork is impeccable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. See, but I mean, do you think he's crazy? I don't. I know Josh might, Westbrook fan.
Yo, don't get me started. I feel like efficiency is overrated to a certain extent.
Why you say that?
Because when I think of efficiency, a lot goes into that. The team around you, it's basically the team around you, and like it's mainly the team around you. Because if I'm on a team and nobody else can shot create but me, obviously the defense is going to zone on me, so my efficiency is going to obviously plummet.
I do understand what you're saying, and like with the Warriors, obviously your efficiency will probably be better.
Yeah. So if you on a team with other people who can create their own shot and can score efficiently, your efficiency is gonna go up. But if I'm on a team like Allen, like AI was in 01, I don't expect them to be efficient. There's it comes with the territory at that point.
Yeah, I do agree. But my argument would be, and I know this is a what if, but I feel like if KD, like if you put him on a situation where he's just by himself, I think he would still be efficient. That's just me.
You might be
Because
right.
I mean he's played with Westbrook, who's the super or the term superstar can be a thing, but you know like a top player. He's played with Kyrie, who's a top guard. I mean, and he's played with Curry, Clay, and the Warriors. So he's had that second option guy who can score. But I just think from what I him just as a basketball player, he could definitely do it.
Even like LeBron in his early days, he wasn't even that efficient from the field, struggling
Yeah,
because he had no other shot creators on his team except for him.
yeah, yeah. I do understand. Yeah, I do feel that. I think that's part of the reason why
I
his
think
Go ahead, Rel. My
I
bad.
think that's my fault. I think at some point Westbrook is overrated, but then at some point he's underrated because the skill that he brings to the game. It's weird saying that though, but the skill that he brings to the game, he's a very skilled player. Think about it. He's a guard that can pass the ball, get 11 assists, 8 assists. He can give you 30, and he can rebound with the best of them. But he's just not efficient. So he's skilled, but I think his skill is also his downfall to him to his game. That's that's me though with Westbrook. Like his skill
Rel,
and how he plays is a fault because Westbrook can't change pace. He can't
I honest.
change his pace of play.
Yeah, honestly, Rel, I think you said it perfectly. Like I completely agree. Like what you just said, I think that's a fact too. Because like, don't get it twisted. A 31-point triple double for a whole season is incredible. But there's certain things that he does as a player that are like you live with and you die with. Because he's gonna go hard, but he's sometimes out of control, which leads to turnovers and stuff. And now, I mean, depending on, I'm not in the NBA, but he does not seem like the easiest player to play with. So that's a thing. But I completely agree with what you just said. Also, Josh, about the efficiency
Mhm.
thing. The one thing that I think is like why it's incredible with LeBron is on that Cavs team from around like 2004 to 2009, his all of his efficiencies were above 40. Completely get what you're saying because as soon as it got to the 2010s, he's basically been in the 50s most of the time. But still, I think that's like, which is part of the reason why I think LeBron is one of the most efficient players ever because like on that Cavs team, with him not being he at that time he really didn't develop himself into a 3 point have a 3 point
Facts.
shot. So like for him to do that, I think is pretty incredible. But no, I completely agree with what you said with AI. What he had to do to get his team that way, I don't expect him to be shooting 50% from the field.
And KD's like a 7 foot giant that shoots over top of everybody. It's hard to bother him.
His hezzy pull up is unguardable. So yeah.
So Breland, how you feel about Kyrie to
My
LA?
hold it,
Oh, go ahead,
my
bro.
fault, my fault.
Nah, go ahead, bro.
My only thing about Kevin Durant is that everybody. Let me not say everybody. I used to add a lot in the NBA made people not like him or look at him different. But Kevin Durant is he can be arguably a top five skilled player or even a top five like a top 10 player all time. But I think just how he carried himself made a lot of people like, nah, I don't really
Yeah.
wanna like it just made people hesitant in him, like, damn, come on, KD.
Yeah, I feel that. So about Kyrie, it's like so as a player, it doesn't like what he does on the floor doesn't really bother me. And I think with him and Westbrook, it could benefit because we already have a primary facilitator in LeBron, and I think Kyrie would add that more of the scoring factor to us. But personally, if I feel like off court antics could be the worst for the Lakers because think about it, we didn't even make the playoffs this year, and then having to deal with Kyrie, and we don't even know if he's going to play for us because whatever happens. So I don't, I'm like in between. On the on court, I think it could be a good move. But as what comes with the on court stuff from Kyrie, it's like I don't know. I don't know if I would want to deal with that.
Do you feel like, let's say hypothetically, that the Lakers do get Kyrie, so you get
Hmm.
rid of Westbrook, THT, and whatever else? Do you think
Hmm.
that's championship contender roster?
Yes, because my fear was is that if
I
we
don't
if
think
we
so.
gave up because personally I know he's injury prone, but when he's healthy, I would not want to give up Anthony Davis. So if Anthony Davis was involved in that trade, I would say no. But I think Kyrie, LeBron, and Anthony Davis, if they stay healthy, now I know that's an if. I think that's a championship contending team.
The reason that I said no is just because I wanted to ask the question. I know New York raised the laws where he can actually play home games now. But let's just say in the reality world, I don't know Kyrie. I don't know his personal life. Let's say he still doesn't have the shot or whatever the case may be. Can he play in LA? Like, can he play those home games?
See, I would have to look that up to be honest.
I think
Which is
he
like, yeah, that's
can. I
yeah,
couldn't.
which is that like that. That's what I'm saying. Like it's more the off ball for me of like off court antics that I think would get in our way and stuff. I think the
And that's
oh and
no, that's what I'm saying. That's my question. Like, is he able to play home games? Because if he is, then that is a championship team. Kyrie,
yeah,
LeBron, AD.
and
If
yeah,
AD and
that's
Kyrie is healthy, but if he's
mhm.
not able to play home games, this is my problem. And I've said it. This is what my problem was with Brooklyn. You need consistency. No matter how fucking nice you are, everything needs consistency. So if 3 games you're not in the lineup, 2 games you're in the lineup, 4 games you're out of the lineup, 5 games you're in the lineup. That's too inconsistent for certain players.
I agree.
That's too inconsistent for players, coaching, for like anything like that is too inconsistent because now we have to bring in what if you get injured with a game? So now you miss 10 games. Then
To
if you
act,
expect it, like and if they expect you to come back, what if you coming back on a home game? So now you can't play that day. Now you gotta wait to a road game. Like you understand what I'm saying? It's too many variables
yeah,
with that, and that's my problem. That's just my
no.
biggest problem, bro.
See, the part of the reason why I was just about to say is as soon as you said coaches, think about it. The Lakers we have a new coach this year, like in that's not gonna build consistency with our coaching. Because think about it, last year the Lakers had more starting lineups than we did have wins. People were in and out. Injuries were a big thing for the Lakers, as everyone knew. So with Kyrie being not might not even be able to play home games, his health is an issue, and we have a new coach. That consistency level could just mess up our championship hopes. Which I agree with what you just said.
Uh, I, the championship really contends on AD and his health. I mean, I
I
think
mean
we've
that's
seen the
true.
peak AD in the bubble. I think that's the best AD we're ever going to see.
But all right, so even I like the shit that Kevin Garnett said about AD come back hungry and bust their ass. But then at the same time, I'm trying to figure out like what AD do y'all want? Y'all want bubble AD? Like
Yeah,
what AD do
I
y'all
would
want?
I would take 2020 Lakers 80. That's the AD I want.
Because when you say stuff like that, you gotta come back and bust their ass and do things like that. It's like what AD do you really want, bro? Like,
Hmm.
and if you get 2020 AD all year, how many games you think he plays? I give him 67. Rest, knees, conditioning. I give him 67.
Also, speaking of like what I was talking about with the off ball, bro, like sometimes even on the court, it looks like he doesn't even want to be there. And I mean, in that interview, oh, I haven't touched the basketball in what a couple of months. Like, I want the passionate AD who wants to win and wants to play basketball, which is just another thing with our off court. And I agree. Like, you know, he's injury prone, and if 67's at best, then I mean, that's just kind of what it is. So, Josh, you think if AD is healthy, he would we or the Lakers have a good chance of making the championship or playoffs? Like, where do you think we could go?
Okay, Westbrook didn't fit on the team. I understand that. I get that. but he was the only Laker that played the majority of the games. So let's say hypothetically you get Kyrie, you're getting an older LeBron. I don't know how many games he's gonna play. An unhealthy AD. I mean a healthy AD. Let's hope he can stay healthy at least for 60 games. Then you throw in Kyrie. You don't know what antics he's gonna get into. What that's gonna be like. And the roster right now, yes, the Lakers got younger, but there's still like holes on it
Nah, but
defensively. They're not great defensively.
the young players that they got, I don't think Lonnie Walker, cool. But
I don't.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like, what is the consensus on Lonnie Walker, bro? Like, what?
I don't
Nobody
know.
I
I don't
think
knows.
know.
wasn't Lonnie Walker supposed to be their starting point guard, the Spurs starting point guard? Then they drafted
Yes, they're supposed
Dejounte
to be.
Murray. Then they
Yes,
See, like,
drafted
see,
then they
this is
drafted Dejounte.
See, this is what I'm talking about with our like. I do not agree with our GM moves. Last year in the offseason, I hated our pickups. Trevor Ariza, we picked up Wayne Ellington and Kendrick Nunn, who have both been injury prone for the past 2 seasons they played. I don't know
Kendrick
why
Nunn
we
didn't
needed.
play a whole season.
Yeah, yeah, my perfect point. Trevor Ariza, personally, I just don't agree with the pickup. He's old, and why would we add more age to our roster with all the people we had? I don't agree with that. We weren't aggressive during the trade deadline, which we really could have been. Now, I understand Westbrook's contract is very big and stuff, so not a lot of people want that contract, but I still believe we could have tried to trade different types of pieces. And then now we pick up Lonnie Walker, who we don't even know what he's going to bring to the table for the example thing you just brought with the Spurs. Supposed to be the starting point guard or two guard, and then his whole thing got taken over by DeJounte Murray. And DeJounte Murray's become he's an all-star now, so
that's fact. So, where is it? I was looking at some. Where is it? Where is it?
If I'm a Laker fan, I would trade AD. So I just went to go look up how much this nigga gets paid. For one, this year I think he's getting 40. He's getting 40 for the rest of his contract, and then his contract. No, he's getting 37 this year. He's getting 40 next year. Then he's getting 43 and 24, 25. By 20, and then he's an unrestricted free agent 2025. At that time, he's gonna be 32, bro. You think Anthony Davis is gonna be like healthy to play out them what 2 years, 3 years? I think I should trade him.
with that point, I do understand what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
because like 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 I was talking about this earlier before the show with like LeBron. Is this LeBron's gotten older? We've seen how much money he puts into his body to maintain that, and if 80 doesn't maintain it, not many people do what LeBron does. I don't think really anybody does to maintain his body. And with age, AD, what we've seen with his injuries, I agree. Like as age catches up to him, I don't know how his play will maintain.
So I'm looking at the Lakers roster, right? So the only players they have: AD, Wayne Gabriel, THT, LeBron, Stanley Johnson, Kendrick Nunn, Sky Pippen Jr., Austin Reeves, Cole Swindler, Westbrook, and I think they signed Damian Jones. So let's just say we take Westbrook off this roster. So you're gonna probably lose Westbrook and THT. I don't know what you're getting back with Kyrie. Maybe let's say Joe Harris.
Hmm. See,
Defensively,
as
this
and
roster's still bad.
yes, and see the one thing about Joe Harris is I think hear me out when I say this. I know he's a 3 point uh, contest
Shooter.
winner. I think as a shooter, he is a slight bit overrated. If you look at his percentages and as you look at when the time is on the line, when he is used, when like it's mainly last or when Katie was doubled, he was ready for the kick out. He doesn't hit the shots. And last year, his averages and percentages were not that good. So I think that doesn't. He's not good defensively. Let's not get it twisted. So I don't think he brings that much to the table as we need. See,
I saw
also the
another
one thing.
trade. Go ahead,
Go ahead, my
Breland.
fault. Nah, you
Nah,
go.
I had a trade. There was another trade I saw. Let's say you trade Westbrook to Indiana for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. Would you go? Would you like that trade over Kyrie?
Oh yes, yes. Oh wait, over Kyrie? Ooh, honestly,
So let's
I,
say
I
if you had to trade one, which one
Miles
would you
turned it
rather
to the
have?
Knicks.
Oh my God.
see. See, honestly, Josh, like, hear me out when I say it. Buddy Hield and Miles
Mm-hmm.
Turner sound really good, and I'm going to say why. Buddy Hield has developed himself into a more all around player than just a shooter. But as a spot up catch and shooter, I like him. I like Miles Turner as a player for what he can do to space the floor and his like I mean, we know he's one of the best rim protectors in the league. I think he's for like a couple seasons straight he's been in the 2 block range. I really like the sound of that really sounds good, but I don't think them two are on the level of Kyrie. But as for what the
I'm a,
Lakers need, I think they fit that way better.
I'm gonna give you your biggest problem. You won't have a problem with Buddy Hill. Your biggest problem with Miles Turner, if you do that, you have. And I'm not trying to be funny, disrespectful. You have two soft big men. Miles Turner is damn near 7 feet. He averages like 7 rebounds. That to me, that's unbearable. You're
I do
seven
agree.
feet, averaging 7 rebounds. AD is injury prone. Miles Turner is
Yeah, you're
injury
right.
prone. But them two on the floor playing defense is fucking phenomenal. Like that is one of those paints that I'll be like, damn, bro, I don't think you should drop. You should just shoot the ball all game. Trying to drive on AD and a healthy Miles Turner is crazy, but they're both injury prone and they're both two soft ass big men, bro. That want to
Yeah, they're
shoot the
not very
three.
good rebounders.
They want to shoot the three ball. Miles Turner is 7 foot 6'11", 7 rebounds. I never understood that from him. That's
See,
the same reason. That's my biggest beef with Mitchell Robinson in New York. You're 7 foot with like a 7'3" wingspan. You average 7 rebounds. I don't understand that. Me personally, I just don't understand that. And you play in the paint. It's not like you're fucking guarding a guard. You play in the paint and you're getting 7 rebounds.
See, look at it like this. Statistically, when Anthony Davis was on the Pelicans, he was a great rebounder. Now, I think that's kind of before he became soft when he was on the Pelicans. But when he came to the Lakers, his prime years, he only averaged 9 rebounds. And for his size and what we needed for him, now, don't get it twisted. We did have JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, who that's basically their best thing is rebounding and rim protecting. But
Yeah,
I do agree. At this stage now, Anthony Davis is soft. He's not that good of a rebounder at this point in time right now.
yeah. That's my only problem with that Miles Turner trade. Just because Miles Turner is a softer big man and AD is a softer big man. That's why I kind of like what Minnesota did with that trade because
Mm-hmm.
I think Minnesota kind of understood that Karl Anthony Towns is never going to be aggressive. He's not going to be an aggressive big man. So instead of us trying to just make him be that, fuck it, we're just going to go get that. We're just going to go get an aggressive big man. Karl Anthony Towns averaged like 9.8 rebounds. Why?
Yeah.
You're a center. But they understand, fuck it, you're not gonna be aggressive. We're gonna give Rudy Gobert. He's gonna be aggressive. He's gonna be the one down low, pushing people out the way, like you should be doing. But I get it. I get it. Like them two together sounds good on the defensive end. I think that's a scary front court, but health, rebounding, all that shit is in consideration. All that I don't think that would be a good trade. But also, I don't think Kyrie Irving would be a good trade either, though. I don't think Kyrie Irving would be a good trade either.
So, Rel,
Like,
if you're the Lakers, what do you do with Westbrook? Do you just
what
keep
what
him?
do
You
I
only got one
no
more
no
year.
what do I do with Westbrook? I'm gonna be honest with you. I understand Lakers have a culture, like they have a winning culture. Them and Boston are the two most winning teams in the NBA. But I think the Lakers need to take a step back from themselves, bro. And Westbrook is not gonna thrive in
It's
LA.
good, King Money Fly.
Like I love Westbrook, bro. Triple double man, that's my guy. But Westbrook is not gonna thrive in LA. He's not gonna thrive with LeBron. And I could be wrong, but me, I would try to trade Westbrook for a player, like a young player, and try to get at least 2 draft picks. It could be a low first round, a second round. It could be a 15 pick from 15. I think they should aim for like 10 to 15 range with him and then try to get a second round. I think you should let AD go. Try to get you could get a good chunk for AD.
Yeah, you
Let
can
them
get good
young
people for AD.
let them young guys play, bro. You're gonna get picks in, and I personally believe they should just take time and just really build, bro. You gotta really think about it. The pieces that they traded away over time, those are good pieces. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say Randall, but I don't ever think I should have traded away Kyle Kuzma because I don't. And I said that once that trade happened, I told people, bro, y'all gonna miss Kyle Kuzma on the Lakers. Even though that a lot of people hated him when he was on the Lakers, y'all gonna miss that man on the Lakers. Defense, he was giving y'all 20 some games. And I understand everybody has fucking bad games, bro. I get it. I absolutely get it. But this man, y'all can't, Laker fans can't sit there and say, when this man is balling, he's fucking nice. I watch him give the Knicks like 25 and 10 and three quarters.
Yeah, I
Like,
think it's
That's tough.
I think Kyle Kuzma got caught in the moment because in the 2021 playoffs, like you just said, he had some very bad games. But like what people don't realize as a Lakers fan, before LeBron got there, like when it was like 2017 and they just got the young core, he was the leading scorer. He was averaging 17 a game pretty efficiently with around like 8 rebounds, bro. Like yeah, like you said, he was balling. So
bro,
I,
and think about it. If you would have kept a core of, let's say you would have kept a core of Lonzo, BR, Kyle Kuzma, and you would have got some pieces, some other pieces, bro. I'm not saying y'all would have been contenders, but that would have been a team. Then y'all would have made a couple trades, bro. That team would have been nice, bro. You see what BI is.
yeah,
Y'all know what
Brandon Ingram
y'all,
is nice.
yeah, bro. Y'all know what Kyle Kuzma literally helped y'all win an NBA championship, bro. He can be helpful. You can get a nice big man. You can draft a nice big yo, bro. I think it's time for certain teams, even my team, stop playing this free agency shit, bro, and really just take your time. Cause think about it, you're gonna pay. They pay LeBron for 2 years. Next year, what
Hmm.
he gonna be a free agent.
Yeah,
Bronny
he
next
has
year
his
is
free
gonna
time.
be what? Bronny is gonna be a fucking. He's gonna be in college by the time next year hit, right?
Hmm.
Then what? He's gonna sign a 1 year more deal with the Lakers.
I think it kind of depends. 'Cause I think Bronny's going to go one and done. Um, I mean, just of kind of what LeBron's talked about. But yeah, I feel like LeBron would re-sign with the Lakers for another year um, instead of going somewhere else until Bronny goes. Because, like you said, LeBron has the ability to go wherever he wants to go when Bronny gets into the league. So
And that's what I'm saying. He's gonna sign that 1 year. And you think Braun's gonna be like, fine, I understand I'm gonna be here for a year. 1 year, 6 million. You think LeBron's gonna take 6 million? You think he's gonna take 6 mil? LeBron is gonna do
nah,
one year, 33 million. It's gonna be a big ass chunk and a fucking like it's
as
gonna
a
be a big
LeBron
ass
fan,
like
if I can
that
keep it
shit is
a
crazy.
if I keep it a buck, bro, it's going to be more than 33 mil.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like 1 year. They're gonna pay him 1 year, 80 million, and he's just gonna. Braun's probably just gonna sit there, play 25 games or 55 games, and be like, "All right, next year I'm just gonna go whoever gets drafted." Like he already said, "I want to play with my son. That's the goal." You don't think he
Hmm.
knows what the fuck he's doing,
Yeah, he definitely
bro?
does.
Like that's what I'm saying. I think the Lakers should just keep it. Like uh, they should just keep that, bro. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Go on Twitter, bro. Them Westbrook and Ben Simmons memes are funny as hell, bro. Them shits is funny, bro.
But Rel,
Yo,
you know what? LeBron, he's in win now mode, so he doesn't have time to develop rookies. So that's why he doesn't play well with rookies because he's trying to win a championship, and he don't got time to sit there let Kyle Kuzma develop, Bi develop. It worked. He did get the Lakers championship by trading them all away, but he's one
See,
of them
that's
players. He
the
comes to a company, they have to be established already.
see
bro.
that's
As
the
Lonzo as a defender and a playmaker that we know now, I still his shooting got way better from when he was on the Lakers to him on Chicago. His shooting got better because I've seen the improvement in his shooting. Like at first when he was on the Lakers, I was like, fine, nobody got to guard a nigga from the 3 point. That shit gonna bounce right off the rim. to now, if he's at the 3-point line, I'm like, nah, bro, step out there. He might hit that shit, bro. It was a game I think he hit on Chicago. He hit like 5 of them shits back to back. But
See,
Lonzo, you think
go
about
ahead,
it,
my fault.
Lonzo, like Braun with Lonzo, and his name is not crazy, but Braun with Lonzo, Braun with BR, and some other pieces, bro. That shit would actually be a nice team, bro. Like,
See, what Josh said about like Josh, you're talking about like when he first got to LA, like he was in win now mode. Is that what you're saying?
nah, he's
I'm just
saying
talking
he's
about like
always in one
LeBron in
now.
general. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
always
yeah,
like he wherever team he goes to, he wants to win a championship. So if there's rookies
yeah.
on the team, he's getting rid of them. It's very rare that rookies stay and develop under LeBron.
That is, I mean, yeah, I won't argue that. The one thing I will say though, what a lot of people debate about is was his time in LA a success or a failure? And it kind of depends on how you look at it. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
So to me, this year, next year, because this year, next year he's a free agent, right?
Hold on, let
Yeah.
me look at his
So
contract.
Yeah, yeah.
this year and next year depends on me per se. It depends on if this time was a bust. I understand 5 years, one what he's been on the Lakers. This is his third year, right? Third, fourth year.
hmm
The bubble season was what, 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago?
Um. Well, two.
All right, so the year that Toronto won, he wasn't in the playoffs. He came back, he won bubble. No, yeah. He came back, he won bubble. We have Milwaukee, we have Warriors. This will be his fourth year. Next year and the year after. That would be 7 years. Yes, no, 6 years. One championship, 6 years.
Well,
These next 2 years depend on how the playoff run look. One year didn't make the playoffs. Next year won the championship. Next year lost
guy.
first round.
See, the
Next
thing is though,
year,
it just kind of depends. Like if you look at it like that, I mean, it probably would be. But I value injuries, and I mean, when he's hurt, I feel like you can't hold that against him because in the first year he was there, they didn't make the playoffs because he was injured with a groin,
the grind.
and then
Yeah,
the 2021 he was playing on a hurt ankle, and 80 was. I think 80 only played like one game in that series, and that's the game when all of the like Schroeder, Kuzma, Taylor Horton
yeah.
Tucker all got heat because of how horrible they played. So
And
I think when you look at it from a terms standpoint of if Braun stays here 2 more years and we don't win, then 1 in 7 years. But if you value the injuries, then I don't necessarily think it's that much of a failure. But that's just me.
I don't I don't think it's a failure, but at the same time, it was just like it would be a failure just because of the injuries derailed it, but it also would be like, damn, injuries fucked it up. Like
hmm
injuries messed up the team where it could have been better, but yeah. I don't know. Like this situation here is kind of different because he actually did get a championship on the Lakers, but I don't know how like his run on the Lakers will look. To me, I don't know how it will look. I understand injuries, hurt. I don't know. I'll have to
I feel
see. Like
I
I'll have
feel
to
like
see it in totality.
yeah, I feel like honestly, from like a from a casual, like if you're a casual standpoint, people are going to say it's failure. But I think if you look at the injuries and what more, like a little bit more into it, I don't think as much as a failure as if you just look at he's only won one ring, and then the other couple of years they didn't make the playoffs and he was the first round exit. So
Yeah.
I do agree what you're saying with the injuries. It like will be a part of the failure from how people will view it. So yeah, that's all I gotta
But
say.
like you said, from the casual standpoint, I hope. Listen, I just want y'all to be ready. That same argument that you use, they're gonna use that on like ESPN,
Yeah, yeah.
FS1. Those are gonna be those type of injuries because it's gonna be like,
I'm waiting for Skip Bayless to hop on it.
yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, 7 years, one championship. Oh, then he didn't make it this first year, won the second year. Then injury the next year. wasn't even in the playoffs, and then they had playing. Like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they're gonna use that against him. But the injuries make it worse than what it really looks like. Because if he didn't have some of those injuries, you don't know what they could have been.
Completely agree.
Who y'all got winning Rookie of the Year?
I'm not I'm not big on college players, so this could be a y'all thing.
I'll
So
say, I'll say, without being biased, I'd probably say either Jaden Ivey or Paulo.
matter of fact, nah, fuck all
Mm,
that. Who the homie that got drafted by Houston?
that was
Uh,
Jabari.
I'm not
Jabari
gonna lie,
Smith.
yeah.
he looked like a dog. Him? He got that dog in him.
Oh
See,
my
the reason
God, now
why
he sounds like
I think
Cousins.
I don't know. I think honestly, from what the I feel like the rookie of the year, whoever has the most impact on their team, like on the, I mean, obviously that should be valued, but basically what I'm trying to say is whatever rookie's team is doing the best or has mostly improved, they'll probably win it. So
Oh, then
it kind of
It's probably Jaden Ivory then.
that's kind of what I'm valuing. But
Yeah, I
I think Paul. Part of the reason I think Paulo and Jaden Ivey, in my opinion, are the best rookies. Um,
I
and
have a
I think
question.
yeah, go ahead.
We about to be day 4 into free agency. Where the fuck did DeAndre Ayton go?
I don't know, but
he's
I'm
stuck on the
telling you,
Suns.
Phoenix is trying to get rid of him. They do not like him. I'm telling, they do not like him.
Nobody wants this. It's a weird trade market for him right now because it's not a team that wants to trade for him because you got
He
KD and
wants
Kyrie.
and he wants so much money, which is
Yeah,
why
he
they
wants a
don't like
super
him.
max.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest right now. If I'm Dallas, I'm calling Phoenix, bro. You have Luca, Tim Hardaway Jr.,
Who you trading
Spencer
away, bro?
Dinwiddie. Bro, I'll trade away my next 7. Bro, no, I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. If I'm Mark Cuban, bro, Trey Burke and all you other niggas, y'all gotta go. Then um, I give you
Burks already got
four.
traded.
I give you whoever else is on the bench, you gotta go. Then I give you four
Alright,
draft picks with that, bro.
let me
Just
see
take
what
it.
Dallas
Nah,
gonna have in there.
just really think about it, bro. They have Luca. They started lineup could be Luca, Spencer Dinwiddie, Tim Hardaway Jr., Christian Wood, DeAndre Ayton.
That sounds
Who's your
nice.
six man?
It could be the bum off the block. That shit is nice, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. DeAndre Ayton in that lineup, nah, bro. That's a nice lineup for them, bro.
Yeah,
That's a nice lineup for them.
you know who I think if they want Aiden, they need to get rid of Reggie Bullock, bro. Reggie Bullock, I am
Red,
a hater of him. He is
you could go
horrible.
to fuck home too. Yo, bro, like
Nah, that David Bertans contract, that 5 years, 80 mil. They need to come up off that.
Yes,
this is what I'm. So
I'm a
now think
Reggie
about what
Bullock
we're
hater. I'm
saying,
a
bro.
Reggie Bullock hater. I will
So
stand
now
by that.
think about what we saying, bro. DeAndre Ayton, Reggie Bullock, Maxi Kleber, get him the fuck up out of there too.
Yeah.
Maxi Kleber, and whoever else with mad picks. And you could probably, you know how trades work. You could send some money that way too. I send 20 million to y'all niggas too. My nigga, yo, bro, that lineup of Christian Wood, DeAndre Ayton, Dinwiddie, Luca, Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway's a catch and shoot. Spencer
Hmm.
Dinwiddie's a secondary ball handler that can shoot the ball and drive in the paint. Christian Wood can stretch the floor, shoot the
Hmm.
three a little bit, but also shoot a mid range. Then you have DeAndre Ayton playing good defense in the paint. Like that's
And
bro. I'm not.
in my opinion, Aiden really developed his post game a lot more than where it was like a year ago, 2 years ago.
So if I'm Dallas, personally, I'm calling. I hate to say it. If I'm Atlanta, I'm calling, bro. Fuck Kevin Durant. Yo, you could get Clint Capella right the fuck up out of there. Hell, or John Collins don't even want to be there. I give you John Collins. I give you a
That'd
pick,
be a
and
good
I
fit on
give you like
Phoenix.
See, I feel
I
like
give you a
Phoenix.
pick and I give you like 3 role players, bro.
I feel like if Phoenix doesn't like Aiton so much, a team can get a steal for DeAndre Ayton.
And this
I'm
is what
that's
I'm
just me.
saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. John Collins, for one, Aiton don't want to be in Phoenix. John Collins don't want to be in Atlanta. Get them niggas out of there. Now think
I'll
about a
probably
front
flip
court of
Clint.
now think about a front court of Clint Capella and DeAndre Ayton trying to drive in there. Clint Capella's a
Yeah,
great defender, bro. So
I
now you
think
trying to
Clint
go
Capella. I think Clint Capella. If I'm Atlanta, I wouldn't trade him just because if he fits with Trae Young so perfect.
and that, bro. And this is what I'm saying. Like, there's certain teams that could make this call and get DeAndre Ayton off their hands, bro. Like
Put a Lolo.
the map, like Dallas should make that call. Atlanta should make that call. Me personally, bro, if Boston wasn't breaking up, I mean not Boston, if the Nets wasn't breaking up, get Ben the fuck up out of there. Aiton there, like it's certain teams that I think Aiton would make those teams better, bro.
Yeah,
And don't. So it's a situation where we've seen it before. You're gonna keep a player that don't want to be there, but what are you gonna do with him? Like,
the
what you
fact.
gonna do with him? He don't want to be there. He wants to be paid. Are you gonna sign him and say, "Yo, we trade you at the trade deadline"? Because me personally, I think that's what's gonna happen in Brooklyn. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't think Kevin Durant's getting traded right now. I think that he's gonna get him and Kyrie get traded during the trade deadline.
If they get
Because
traded.
if they get traded, because they ESPN put out that I keep saying their name. I'm gonna stop saying that. But they put out that whole list of
No
players
speaker.
that couldn't be traded because of their contract and because of their contracts, their young rookie contracts, and to me that was crazy. Like, so I don't think he's gonna get traded into like the off season. Like,
Maybe the Knicks should go after him.
nah, I don't want him on the Knicks, bro. He said Kevin Durant, word for word, said nobody wants to be on the Knicks. They're not cool. They wanted to be on the Nets, but they wanted to be on the Nets. So all I'm saying,
Oh man, petty.
but yeah, I think Aiton and Dallas is that's a good one. Aiton in Atlanta is a good one too. What other spots would Aiton be good at?
Mm.
Teams that need bigs ain't that many. Most of the teams
Oh,
got their bigs.
oh, oh. There was rumors that he could go to Detroit.
Aiton in Detroit is it's
Or
good,
just
but
think about it like this. Think about like this lineup:
Young
Cade,
core.
like,
Jaden Ivey.
but if I'm the Suns, I don't want Isaiah Stewart. Like, if I'm the like, that's what Detroit is one team I'll be mad petty with. I don't want Isaiah Stewart, bro.
What
Like,
about the picks? Forget the players. The picks. How valuable those picks might be.
those picks are not going to be valuable, bro. I have Detroit being a playing team, bro. They're not.
Oh
I
my
don't think
god,
they're
here you
going to
go with
be
this
that,
playing nonsense.
bro. They might be number 10. They could be 10 or 9. That's crazy. You got to win 33 games.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see them as a playing because I see too many
Nah.
teams getting better.
So you think the Cavs? You think the Cavs is still? So now you have now just
I
going
hold on.
down, just because to me Charlotte got worse.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
Cause
not
of
big on Charlotte.
because for one, you know who is not gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be in the NBA next season. Cause what he did was suckerish. No man should hit a woman.
So
But I
what
think
about
that makes
like?
that team. I think that makes that team worse.
So what about like the Pacers? You don't think the Pacers gonna be better?
The Pacers don't get better. No, the Pacers don't get better.
What about the Knicks?
They get 5 more games better. They
So
won what 35 games. That's
I'll
40
do it this
games.
way. So we know the Heat, the Celtics, Bucks, Sixers, Raptors, and the Bulls are
Mm-hmm.
Hawks.
basically gonna be playoff blocks, right? Those are gonna be your 6 top teams, right?
Yeah, then
Yeah.
you have Atlanta.
Atlanta,
You
that's
still
8. I mean,
No,
that's
you have
and,
7.
a
and and Cleveland. I think Cleveland is
yeah,
still in that
That's
conversation.
8.
you have Atlanta, Cleveland, Knicks, Detroit. That's
Y'all don't
literally
think?
gonna be the
What about
that's
Brooklyn?
literally gonna
Like
be the
Brooklyn's
play-in.
still a wild card team right now.
So all right. So
We
if
don't know what's
Brooklyn,
gonna
all
happen
right.
with
So
them
now
yet.
I'm gonna tell
So
you like
Josh,
this.
let me ask you this, Josh. I got a question. Do you think if
Mhm.
Kyrie leaves and KD leaves, that Brooklyn is still a wild card opportunity?
It depends on who they get in return. I don't know like what
That's true.
play
That's
if
true.
they get like good players back, they can actually still be a they have to be a contending team because they got no picks. They trade them all away like dummies. So they have to contend. So they gotta be in the playoff.
So all right. So I
They
get what
gotta
you're saying. I get what you're saying. So right now, I'm gonna put the Nets to a side because we just don't. They're just a big ass what if right now. You understand what I'm saying? They just a big ass what if. But yo, bro, Detroit. I think Detroit is gonna be better than Charlotte because Miles Bridges. If you really watched this game last season, bro, he took a jump. The nigga was hitting turnaround 3 pointers, stepped up 3 point. Bro, he made a
Yeah,
jump last
his
season.
game improved.
but
His game definitely
do you
improved.
Bro,
think
he
they
he
but do you think they
so
keep him but like lowball him? Because now you could
they
lowball him and keep him.
if they keep him, they're gonna lowball him for sure. But
You,
even in that,
you
bro,
think
he's
Jordan
gonna
would let
have
it
to.
happen though?
Jordan don't give a fuck about nothing, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Jordan don't care about nothing,
Uh,
bro.
Yeah, he probably
Imagine
doesn't.
getting Miles Turner. Well, not Miles Turner. Miles Bridges on the cheap. Uh,
But this is
Give him
this is
like
what
a
I'm
role player
saying.
contract.
This is this is what I'm saying, bro. So now, if they can keep him and just tell him like, "Yo, shut up, don't say nothing for the rest of the season," and just
Just
play
play ball.
basketball, nigga.
Worry
Then
about
I
that.
can say, all right, Detroit is not a playing team because yes, Lamelo and them Lamelo, Gordon Hayward, and them guys are gonna be better than Detroit. But if there's no Miles Bridges, bro, nah, bro, Detroit got that. Detroit has
They,
that 10th.
well,
They got that 10th or that ninth spot.
they won
That
23
10th,
games last season. How many games you think
they
they gonna
won.
win?
All right. They won 23 games. I think Jaden Ivey gives them
I
Cade.
think.
Cade grown. Cade getting better.
Yeah,
That gives them
I think it's Ivy winning Rookie of the Year, and I trust Detroit's development. Like I trust Cade making a jump.
see like if we was talking about like Orlando, then fine. I understand that. I'm just
Yeah,
making a
Orlando.
stretch, bro.
They
Or
made
if we
20.
talking
They won
about
22.
fucking like Oklahoma or some shit like that. I understand I'm making a stretch, bro, but
Chill off
Detroit,
OKC.
bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Cade is nice. I expect him to take not a big jump, but be better than what he was this year. Jaden Ivory, he's rookie, so he's gonna have an inconsistent year. I already expect that from him. But then you have the other players, right? Sadiq Bey is nice. Sadiq Bey is really nice, bro. Isaiah Stewart, he's mid. He's mid to me. Like he's an undersized big man that like he's mid to me. He's just over aggressive and an undersized
So you
big
got
man. I
Detroit
don't.
winning 40 games, bro. Basically, it's like
No, I have them
playing like
winning.
40
So
straight games,
now,
bro.
so now I have all of the games going down. Like let's say the Knicks 40 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland is going to be better than New York because of Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. So give them 43 wins, 45 wins.
They had 44 last season.
Um, 44. So give them 45 wins, 46 wins.
Okay.
Atlanta's going to be better than New York and Cleveland. So give them
They have
51 wins.
43. Okay.
40. All right. So 43, give them 51 or 50, 47. And then I think Detroit would get that 10th spot with 33 wins.
That would be the
33 to like
Hornets spot.
37, bro. 33 to like 37. I don't think LaMelo's gonna. I don't. Me personally, I don't think LaMelo's carrying the team to 38 wins. He's inconsistent. He's inconsistent. Some games he's still immature. Like I don't think he's gonna carry a team to another level, bro. I don't think he'd carry another team to another level. Now, if I was the New York Knicks, I will call my Bridges, lowball him, but sign him. Yeah, facts.
Where would you
Nah,
guys
but
rank the Nets all time among franchises?
Not high.
or what do? Oh no, no, no. What do, like? Are you basing it off championships, players that they had, their winning experience? What do you like? That's what I'm
Based
asking. I'm
off
just
what you've
asking like
seen,
from what I've seen, there'll
would you
be
consider them like a bottom of the
if it's
barrel organization?
30 franchises, they in the 20s, 25 to like 30 range. So probably bottom of the barrel, bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I'm kind of stuck because, like, yeah, they're pretty bad, bro.
Because from now you gotta still think about it. Back to back finals in the early 2000s.
Because, like, think about it, bro. The only time they were
Ah,
like actually good, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, like when they had the KD, Kyrie, they were good, but injuries got them. Is Dr. J, but that's the ABA. So like, I don't really mess with
nah,
any
they
stuff
they
back in
was
the
they
day.
was good early. They was good early 2000s. Two back to back finals runs, and I think after that it was like
Right,
a
that's true. That's
decline.
true.
After that it
Remember
was
when
like
they
a decline, right?
traded all them players to the
Shit,
Celtics?
nah. I said
I don't.
25.
I
I
don't
said
think. I don't think they've
25.
had. I
They'll
don't think
be.
they've had good general management.
Bring them back to
They
Jersey.
would be all right. So they would
Ship them
be.
back to Jersey.
Damn, I'm really sitting here thinking about it. Nah, they'll be 28 to 30. They'll be bottom of the barrel. I'm really thinking about it, bro. Dr. J, ABA, Jason Kidd's 2 years. Uh, after that,
The Brook Lopez. You had the D'Lo era where they made the playoffs
what
Bro,
one
then
time.
they losing like then they losing five or some shit like that? It was
Yeah, I think
like
they got swept that
five.
but
year.
like, let me put it like this: I would not put Brooklyn in a sense like the same tier as Charlotte. Charlotte's horrible. They're one of the worst of the worst.
Oh no,
Oh,
Charlotte is like that's in that range from like 25 to like 30. Charlotte is there. I think Detroit is there. I think Orlando is
Sacramento.
Orlando is definitely there. Sacramento's there. Um the Knicks is
Uh,
somewhere between 20 and 15.
I'm looking at it right now. Beside, if you really think about it, for a whole like NBA franchise career, besides LeBron, Cleveland might be there, bro. Like,
Cleveland, yeah, Cleveland. Um
you
They had
could.
like little runs
Oh,
with like
oh,
Mark Price
I
and
never
Brad
mind.
Daughtry
Yeah,
that were
Mark
decent.
Price was nice, and I know he's like before my time, but I watched like his games and highlights where he's nice.
so you got guys like Mark Price and
Brad
Wait, am I
Daughtry.
tripping? Am I tripping?
shit.
But the Denver Nuggets
I would
don't
say
seem like they should be up
Indiana.
there.
I would say Indiana.
They went to two finals with Reggie. And they ain't do nothing since. And then you had the Paul George era.
Yeah, in
Uh,
my opinion, like the Paul George era Pacers are a tad bit slept on. Paul George, Grant Hill of his prime. I'm pretty sure Roy Hibbert wasn't he like a contention for Depoy
yeah,
one
He
year?
was.
he was.
I'm now don't get it twisted by
So
all means. I'm not saying they're a top tier team. I just think they're
now,
quite
honestly,
slept on.
if we sit down and we really look at it, all right. So it's Boston, LA, San Antonio,
Chicago.
I would say
Chicago, fuck,
Warriors.
Oh yeah, Golden
Warriors.
State's in
So
there.
it's all right. So it's Boston and LA can interchange. So one and
In my
two,
opinion, it's
we
LA, bro,
all.
because like look at if you look at the modern day championships, LA wipes. Think about it. 11 out of 17
So
championships were Bill Russell.
now if you so now if you really think about it, all right. So
Boston.
LA,
Boston.
Boston. To me personally, San Antonio.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's not bad.
Um, I would just
Golden
say
State and
no.
Miami.
Yeah,
You gotta
I
put
would
them
just
somewhere.
say. So to me, I would just say how I would do it. It would be L.A.,
It's
Boston, San Antonio, Golden State,
it's so hard.
Miami, then the Bulls
Yeah,
because
see,
the
that's what I was
Bulls
getting ready
ain't
to say.
win nothing
The Bulls is
since
so hard
Jordan.
because that 6-0 run, I mean, like, they're arguably the greatest team ever. But like after that, bro, they were garbage. Like they were
Yeah,
nobody.
after Jordan is really nothing, bro.
And before that, and before
Big
Jordan
drop
got
off.
there, they were the laughing stock of the NBA.
So now how I'm looking at it is I would still put them up there just
Houston.
because of Jordan. Hell no, I'm not putting Houston up. What the fuck? I'm not
I'm not
putting
saying that high up, but like after
nah.
Chicago, what's
So
the next organization?
Chicago would be six.
See, as much as I
I would
think
say
they're,
Detroit. I would say
you
Detroit.
could low key
Now
say the Knicks. You could low key say the Knicks.
no. I would say Detroit because the Knicks won in 73,
No,
70,
no, no. I'm just
70,
saying for
70,
consistency.
73. But how
Okay,
I'm
you say
looking at it,
Detroit,
the
then
reason I'm
Houston.
just saying, the reason I'm saying Detroit, you got Isaiah Thomas, that chopped off because that was one of like even though they were a nasty, gritty team, that still was a championship team. Then you have '04 Ben Wallace and them guys.
Yeah, Detroit. See, the one thing why I'm saying the Knicks is I don't know really how they were in
Historic
the
franchise.
2000s, but I feel like they've
Oh
been
no, they
kind
was
of
they was ass in the 2000s.
yeah. So I don't know,
They was
but I mean
yeah
they were
they was
very
ass in.
consistent in the 90s. I'll say that.
No, in the '90s they were consistent. Like honestly, into the 2000s, bro, that's when the Knicks became ass. No,
Yeah.
like the '70s, the '80s, the '90s, they were like good teams. The 2000s, ever since the 2000s, they've been fucking horrendous, bro. They've been garbage, bro. Like after 1998, they've just been a bad team. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. It's
What you
just
mean? Y'all
been
had the Melo
bad.
era. Y'all
Nah,
went
that
to the
shit was
Bro,
playoffs.
rough.
but with Melo they were not winning.
Mellow era. Bro, I promise you, bro. The Indiana era is better than the Mellows era, bro. Paul George era is better than Mellows era, bro.
I agree
Um,
because wait, did the Knicks even like do anything in the playoffs in the Melo era? Or
Nope.
I feel like
no,
they didn't even make
they
it
won.
sometimes.
They lost. They went to the playoffs 3 times. They won. They lost twice. They won one playoff series. Then that next playoff series after that, they won. They lost to Paul George and then make the playoffs until Julius Randle came. That's
Mr.
wild
Left Hand.
and that's wild and sounds disgusting.
It
But
does.
it would be to me. I would have Detroit there. Um, see, this is weird when it comes to teams. Who
You
in
would
the
have to
West is?
go. You would have to go to Rockets
Ah,
because you had the Hakeem era,
Yeah,
you
you had
had you had
before that you had the Rock when they beat the Lakers was
Moses
like
Malone,
no,
okay.
who was
So
that dude's name? He was
oh
like
no,
Ralph Sampson.
yeah, all right. So I'll do Houston. I'll do the 76ers for the Joel Embiid era, for
the Mo
And
Cheeks
I
era.
feel like
AI
and
Is that
era,
Mo Cheeks?
Moses Malone.
Moses Malone, and then Charles Barkley era. Mm, am I gonna give Utah this credit for the '90s?
Hell no.
I mean, uh, that's the only other playoff team that's left. You look at the rest of these
Ah,
teams; they ain't do nothing.
oh,
It's a fact though. That is a fact.
all right. So I give Utah
You know who
because
I think is gonna
I'm just
you
looking
know
off it of
Honestly, I
everything.
might say the Hawks was better than Utah. They actually have a
eh,
championship, even though it's old.
true. The one thing I will
That
say,
Bob Pettit era.
I feel like literally because of Giannis, the Bucks are gonna like they're gonna climb that franchise
See, and
rank.
that's the thing. I'm trying to sit here and think about it. Like I'm gonna sit down and write that list down. But all teams that, like all time teams where they rank. I know Charlotte, like Charlotte, Cleveland, fucking like Orlando. All them teams is like bottom of the barrel for me, bro. Like Orlando, Charlotte, Cleveland. It's a few it's a few teams that's the bottom of the barrel for me.
I agree.
I don't know where I would have like Portland at. Like that's where it becomes so tricky. Like Portland, OKC has to be a bottom of the barrel team for me.
That's cool.
Um,
We a young team, young franchise.
oh fuck. See, that's what I'm
I,
saying. Like
I don't know if y'all want to count Seattle
Indiana,
days.
where's Indiana at? That's why I gotta sit down and just think about that one.
Mm.
But all like ranked all time teams, I know the top five is LA, Boston, um,
Warriors.
Spurs, yeah, Spurs, Golden State, and I might give it to Miami, but it's a toss up between Miami and it's a toss up between Miami. But that might be
So
my five right there.
so you're at the draft board. You got two players. One is a similar prototype to Jokic. The other one is a similar prototype to Hakeem. Which one you drafting?
Ooh, how
Hakeem.
similar? How similar? No. How similar we talking? Like, is the Joker closer to Joker, or it's like, eh? his ceiling is Joker, but like his bottom is like Porzingis. Like
They their play
how?
styles are similar. They're not exact, but they're very similar.
Well,
I'd say Hakeem. That's just me though. I
so
mean,
with Hakeem,
I
would you
like
say
the way.
Joel Embiid is like Hakeem?
No, mm-mm. I mean kind
I'm gonna
of,
go on
but
mute.
but I'm gonna say
Ah,
I would say kind of, but think about it. And Hakeem is so dominant defensively. Like he's incredible defensively in my opinion.
I'm gonna go. My it might not be a weird answer, but my answer is Joker on this instance because how I'm looking at it, Hakeem, we've seen Hakeem. His
Mm-hmm.
prototype would be Joel Embiid.
Yeah,
Joker to me is better than Joel Embiid. So his
Joel Embiid don't got
prototype,
that dog in him.
his like Joker prototype literally might be on Joel Embiid level or can be a little bit better, bro. A big man that is an elite scorer, rebounder, passes, he's efficient, great IQ, and even if he's like one slide down from Joker, that's still a great ass player.
it's just like
That's
the
still
thing.
a
I mean, I value Jokic's playmaking because like obviously some people use the argument and that's their criteria that they don't care that their big men can play make, but at the same time, I think Jokic, in my opinion, I'm not saying he's a horrible, but I think his rim protecting and his interior defense is not as felt as I think Hakeem's would be. And I think Hakeem, like prototype as a scorer, is he's almost unguardable, and it creates. And I think Hakeem, because I'm more thinking of Hakeem versus Jokic, so I got to stop with that. But Hakeem prototype, like they can still learn to be a playmaking because Jokic is like an incredible playmaker. But I feel like off a double team, they can make smart decisions and kind of be that big man playmaker in a sense.
Jokic would be like a Vitas Sabonis, basically in his prime, if you wanted to
oh
compare him to a player.
matter of fact, would y'all say all right? Would y'all say right now a poor man Joker would be what's homie that's in
Sabonis,
Sacramento?
Wait, what?
Sabonis.
Wait, did you
A
say
poor
yeah,
is
man's
a
joke
poor man's version. Yeah, I could see that.
a poor man's version of Joker would be Sabonis.
yeah?
I agree with that. I don't think that's crazy to say.
Because I think
Mm,
because I think Jokic's
mm.
game is more developed than Sabonis.
So if we looking at it like that, a poor man's Hakeem is Joel Embiid. And I wouldn't even say a poor man's, but a
Yeah.
prototype would be Joel Embiid. If we
The only
look at
reason why I'm just like hesitant is I feel like Embiid isn't even as close to as being good as defensively as Hakeem.
fuck. Nah, this is actually I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is actually really a good question, bro. Because I'm thinking about poor man versions of those players.
Yeah.
And to me, that's why Sabonis came to my head. He can play make, but it's not
Let me put it like
like
this: if
he
you
can
go to
shoot the
their
threes,
poor
but
man
it ain't.
version, well Embiid and Sabonis, I'd take Embiid. I just put it like that.
Yeah, that's why I had to really sit back and think about that. If a poor man Hakeem is Joel, and a poor man's Joker is Sabonis, I would have to do Hakeem.
You guys are both taking
Yes,
Hakeem.
I would,
I
yeah, I would
would
have
too.
to, yeah, I would have to do Hakeem because that if Joel Embiid is a poor man version of that, shit, that's I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's hard, bro. That's crazy, bro. Because we talking about an MVP level to somebody that ain't an MVP guy. Listen, I'm gonna throw it out there because the shit is still running. The Sacramento Kings, they're gonna be a playing team. Next season, the Sacramento Kings are gonna be a playing team, bro.
That's your nasty
I'm
take, bro.
that's not a nasty bro. I'm telling y'all niggas that's not a nasty take, bro.
Hey,
Your
Breland, what's your
Thunder
nasty take?
your
Oh, my
Thunder's
fault, bro.
just
Go ahead.
waved some your Thunder's just waved somebody. Isaiah Roybert, whatever his
Oh, we
name
don't care
is.
about him. He ain't get no PT. I don't care about him. What's your nasty take, Breland? You said you had like two of them.
Yeah, yo, just give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Rel, what's your nasty take, my boy?
Um, if Sacramento might have a better season than Portland.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that yet.
Sacramento. The reason I'm saying this, bro, I'm not looking at the names, bro. These players that Sacramento picked up, they may have low-key had a good ass offseason. They have Sabonis, 5. That the guy that they drafted played a full, all they could do, he comes off the bench. They got Rashad Holmes. Rashad Holmes could play the 5. Um, Sabonis could play the 4. At the 3, Kevin Herter is nice.
He's shooter for real.
Kevin Herter is nice, and he's nice on
Decent
defense.
defender. He's a decent defender.
He's a decent defender. So now you have Kevin Herter, you have another shooter in Malik Monk, and then you have De'Aaron Fox at the point. His best season playing with a bunch of nobodies was 25-7 or 25-6. So now you have Sabonis, Malik Monk, Kevin Herter,
Davion,
and Davion Mitchell, and then the young guy you have Rashad Holmes. He's not a great big man, but he's tolerable.
serviceable.
Yeah, bro. They really might have a good season, bro. And when I say a good season, I'm giving them 33, 30, 35, 37 the
So
most
30 plus
wins.
wins.
Yeah, 30 plus wins, bro. Like that to me, that's a good season for them, bro.
What you got for us,
All right,
Breland?
all right. Mine would be my two are is number one. I don't know if this is a hot take, but this is just me. Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain are both not top 10. Um, I'm being for real. Number two is that now I have to specify this before. So this past season, during the regular season, Trey Young was the
Mm-hmm.
best point guard in the league. And the
Mm.
reason why I say that is he had the most total points in the NBA. He had the most total assists in the NBA. He was top 5 in both of those categories for averages. He had the highest PER for a point guard. If you just go across the board statistically, him compared to Luka and Steph, he was better. I think
Mm.
that's just what I think. And I,
That's
I I know you can make
spicy,
the
Breland.
argument. I know you can make the argument with like Luka and Steph's impact on their team winning because of where they were. You know, Steph
Mm-hmm.
being the Warriors being like a second seed, and Luka what they were like a third. What seed were the Mavs?
For fourth, I think.
Fourth,
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah, that was the fourth.
so.
52
But
and 30.
to me, that's just why. And I think for what Trey to do for Atlanta, because I use the argument that Trey is Atlanta. Their whole offense revolves around him. He has the ball in his hands for 40 minutes a game, and they rely so much on his play. And but it's what which I don't take away from Luca because I feel the way Luca's the same way. But I think we've seen that certain people in Luca's supporting cast have really stepped into a role that we didn't think. Jamerson, that's just me. So that would be those are my nasty takes.
Those are
So
spicy.
now
I like it. Oh, here comes Pharrell.
no. Look at what I said about the Kings. I just told them to have 30 plus wins coming to next season with the pieces that they picked up last season. They finished their season exactly at 30 wins.
Yeah, so I think they'll get
Exactly at
better.
30 wins. So now I'm looking at the Western Conference. There's gonna be the Jazz drops Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Unless they trade Donovan, the Jazz
They
to me
said they're
the
not
Jazz
trading him.
drops
They said they're keeping
the
him.
Jazz the Jazz drops already. I
Mm-hmm.
don't
With
know
no
if
Rudy.
the Jazz should try to get DeAndre Ayton if that's the case, but the Jazz drops, the Spurs is out there, so that's already 2 spots. So I think the Kings and the Portland are going to be playing. The Lakers going to be playing. So let's say the Jazz drops, the Nuggets move up. Timberwolves move up, so the Nuggets will go to 5. Timberwolves will go to 7. Um, Pelicans will go to no, my fault. I said that wrong. Yeah, Nuggets will go to 5. Timberwolves will go to 6. Pelicans will go to 7. Those last 3 spots will be Lakers, Kings, and Trailblazers. The next,
Mm,
I'm telling you, the Western Conference next year are gonna be Suns, Grizzlies, Warriors, Mavericks, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Clippers. That's one, two, three. That's 8 teams already. Kings and Trailblazers.
So
That's
see, like, I don't like Josh. If you had to say, like, do y'all think Bill Russell and Will are top 10? I don't know. I respect them and I value their greatness in their era. But an argument that I use is for Bill Russell's 11 championships. That's incredible in 13 years. But for him to have 8 Hall of Famers and an 8 league team where you only have to win two games to be in the championship, to compare to Jordan and LeBron's success, I don't. I value Jordan and LeBron's success in a modern era. For Jordan to go 6 times in the NBA Finals and not lose in the competition he had to go through the East is, in my opinion, more impressive. And LeBron to go to a total of 10 finals,
so
8 straight, and the individual performance he put up in those 8 straight finals, in my opinion, is just I would value that more than Bill Russell winning those
so
championships.
how I explain it to a lot of people is not that I don't have Bill and Wilt in my top 10. It's mainly for that reason, but it's also for the reason of I think they're the forefathers of modern day basketball.
Hmm.
So I don't look at them as like oh yeah today players. I look at them as like you're the forefather. You laid the ground for like
Yeah,
Kareem's and Hakeem's, and you laid the ground for them. Like everybody had to be first. There's always gonna be first people. So that's why I say like Hakeem. I mean, Bill, Will, yeah, I respect them, I love them, but if I'm gonna rank them, I'm gonna put them like 11,
which is
12
why.
because I don't rank them that high.
Mhm. Yeah, which is why I
So
like say I have respect for him, and also it's not. I don't want to say this because I my criteria is kind of the same, but it kind of changes. I have more value of who is better. So when it comes to like the better player, more of like than accolades in a sense. So when it comes to like saying that, like if like Bill Russell or Steph Curry, I think Steph Curry is better because sometimes, bro, and I understand it's the era, but like when I will go back and watch Bill Russell highlights, I'm like, bro, you are trash, bro. Like with like, I'm sorry, like he just is, and it just comes to a certain extent where it's like I believe in evolution, and for the top 75 players of all time, they're definitely in it. But if you were to go to the top 10 best players, they're not. They're not even in the stratosphere. So that's just kind of why I have it in that sort of sense.
to be honest with you, bro, I agree with what you're saying, but I just have them as like they're the foundation. But one thing I will
Yeah,
say, Will Chamberlain had game.
yeah, that is definitely true. Like his athleticism is unthinkable.
Now, one thing I don't like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Brenda. One thing I don't like is that that's what people say about Will Chamberlain. And I think I showed Josh this. A lot of people just be like, yo, his athleticism. Bro, if you really sit there and look at his highlights, bro, they're turnaround
Yeah,
fading jump shots.
yeah, I know. I know what you're gonna say with that. And I feel like his athleticism is gonna be, it's gonna be looked at in a more good way in a sense because of who he was going up against, bro. Like there was nobody. You know what I'm saying by that? So like him jumping
Yeah.
and dunking and running the lanes compared to the people he was going up against, it's gonna look way more
And
incredible. So yeah,
that's what made me, I'm not gonna lie, that's what made me respect Will Chamberlain a little bit more because I really just thought like, man, he a running dunk nigga. He's a running dunk. He dunking over 5'7" players. He's dunking over a 6 foot. He already 7 feet. That's not serious. But when I sat down and watched them highlights of him making turnaround faders, he's making post moves. He got a post move. I was just like, nah, bro. He's nice, bro. He actually is nice. Like I still don't have him in my top 10, but he's a nice ass nigga, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
mhm.
He's really one of them.
I don't know how much time we have left, but if I could get in another nasty take, I don't know if this is that
go
nasty,
ahead.
but in my opinion, LeBron is a better scorer than Kobe Bryant.
Oh my God! Don't let everybody hear that one.
Check check Holmes is just Porzingis.
Yo. First of all, Chad's winning Rookie of the Year. He's putting up
Bro,
15,
he's
8,
literally
and 2
Porzingis,
blocks.
bro.
Rookie of the Year.
He,
There it is. Yeah, I heard it here first. Rookie of the Year. He gonna average 15
bro, he
points,
literally.
8 blocks, 3 assists, 2 steals.
I'm telling you, bro.
One steal.
He's literally Porzingis, bro.
Yo. He's the foundation of my team. All right,
Bro,
we're
I
gonna
see
tank
it
and go
all.
get Victor Wamba, and then we're gonna be unstoppable.
See,
Yo,
the
bro.
reason why I say LeBron over Kobe is it's like you look at the consistency, you look at the longevity. They're both about to play for the same amount of numbers. LeBron's production is better than his. He's way more efficient. He obviously Kobe has the bigger bag in a sense. Kobe arguably has the biggest bag of all time. But I think when it comes to a certain extent, LeBron as a scorer is so dominant, and he brings a lot more aspects to the scoring realm with doing everything he does on the court makes him a better scorer than Kobe. And his like playoff and final scoring is incredible. Think about it. For someone to pass LeBron in playoff scoring, right, they'd have to average what, like 31 points and go to like what, 8 straight finals, or go to 10 finals and 8 straight and average 30 a game. Nobody is doing that. Nobody. And I have to value that. And that's just
Listen,
what I
I'm a
see.
put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there until a day it happens, man. Donovan Mitchell's getting traded to the New York Knicks, man.
Oh
We
my
gonna
God,
give
you
up.
and Don
We
Mitchell.
gon- we gonna give up three. We gonna give up 4 players and 5 first-round picks.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with the way you put it like
Oh
that.
my God, roll down bad. He got to be stopped.
Real, are you on the Donovan Mitchell train?
Don't get him started.
Yeah, I think no. I think Donovan Mitchell is a good player. I think him and me and Josh, we argued about this already. I think Donovan, the best 2 shooting guards in the game right now is Booker and Donovan. So I think
Yeah, I'd
that's
probably give
one
it
and
to Devin Booker though.
yeah, that's 1 and 2. Like I'm not saying that Donovan is ahead, but to me, 1 and 2 is Booker, Donovan, and then like is
Who's three?
everybody else. I
I'm just curious. Who's 3, bro?
it might be Jalen. It might be Jalen. No funny shit.
It could be Zach LaVine.
Yeah,
Already started with
I
it could
Zach.
think
be
people I
Zach.
think people I think people overlooked Zach this season because of not necessarily because of DeMar, but their playoff success. But I think it's hard to beat Giannis, so I don't really hold that against them. And
Is it do are we still come out counting DeMar as a 2, or is he just
bro,
finally a 3?
some people think he's a power forward,
He's
bro.
mid. He's mid. DeMar's mid.
Nah, it's because he played power forward in San Antonio for some
Yeah,
weird ass reason.
that was weird.
Greg Pop was experimenting. That's all.
But um yeah, I think
That's all I really had. Josh, were people going crazy in the comments because I said Braun over Kobe in scoring?
There's only like 2 people watching this, bro.
Oh,
yeah. Listen,
well, I didn't know.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
You
Um,
gotta say something crazy.
Porzingis is coming. Porzingis is coming back to the Knicks, and he's gonna be a top 10 big man. Telling y'all, he's gonna be a top 5 big man, man. I
On
believe
that
in
note,
Porzingis, man.
thank you for coming to the show, everybody. Shout out to my man Breland for being here. Rel's insane. He clearly lost his mind. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We out here.
All right.